Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Ciao. Listen, it's been a year and I don't know how long it's been since I've actually been in the actual community of church. But since I've moved to Texas, it's now been officially a year and a half since I moved to Texas. And this Sunday was the first Sunday that I had off and I was able to go to church. So, unwind with me, take my makeup off, and prepare for the evening while I tell y'all all about my experience in the church called Christian Life Church of Austin, Texas. So, first things first, I will be using the Neutrogena makeup remover wipes. I don't know if you're following me on my other platforms. I recently did like a quick video of me buying my new makeup products, being that I want to learn how to do my own makeup. So this morning was actually my second time of doing a full face beat on myself, and it came out nice for me to still be in the beginning stage. I did actually go by Ulta after church and change out the setting spray because I had like a dewy finish spray at first, but I changed it to a matte finish because it was still getting like really oily. I'm gonna have to wipe that off with some alcohol. It was still getting like really oily and I didn't like that, so I changed it out and that was that. But let's get into my experience of the new church. First, I was so happy to be able to experience that feeling of going inside church. I can say I was a little nervous for one, because it's not like, I was invited or I went there with somebody. I just did some research this morning because I had said earlier during the week that I was going to make sure that this Sunday I went to church. After receiving my car back of being in the shop for 3 weeks, I was told that I would have my car back within 2 weeks. I was in a T-bone accident where somebody hit me on the right passenger side of my car. So I had to put my car in the body shop, and it took longer than what it was expected. I wasn't given a rental car. Or anything. And I had to come out of pocket with traveling back and forth to work. These 3 weeks just really was a bit of a setback, but it also, I had to change my perspective of it and I started to view it as, God had me to where I needed to trust him and be patient. It's not like I wasn't getting my car back, and yeah, it was a bit frustrating with having to come out of my own pocket. But baby, when he said he'll give you more than you lost, he'll give you more than you lost for real. Because what my $1,000 deductible was supposed to be, let me take this out. I actually only had to pay $500. And I just, getting back in my car, I felt like, one, I was very happy, of course, to have my car back. But it was that same feeling that I had when I first got my car. So I was very grateful for that. And I kept my word. I said that, as long as I had my car, by this week, I was going to make sure that I was present in church this Sunday, in which that's just what I did. I had got up this morning and I did some research on churches near me, but I also then looked up some Baptist and non-denominational churches that was near me, being that that's the church, the kind of church that I grew up in as a child. So I went looking for that same type of church just to get that, feeling that I remember as going to church as a young girl. I need to cut this side, but it's going to do for now. I just want her to go behind my ear. But, yeah. So, they had 4 services, and I actually caught the 1 o'clock service, in which I felt like it was perfect for me because I didn't feel like I was in a rush to, have to rush to get myself together, to get to church. I wasn't all groggy, I was able to clean my house and slowly prepare myself, have that slow morning and still prepare myself to get ready for work. I mean, not work, but church. So I did my praise and worship at home. I did end up being 20 minutes late. So when I got to the church, I missed the praise and worship and fellowship part. But I literally came in right before 5 minutes before the service actually the sermon actually started. And when I tell y'all, Pastor Sam, that was the pastor that preached today, he preached a on-time word of what I needed and am going through in this moment. And it was called, the name of the sermon this week was called How to Get Your Fight Back. And I felt that in my spirit so good this morning, because these past couple of days, I've just been in this past couple of months and past couple of days, I've been not only so much of dealing with my own self, but finally taking that time to understand that it's okay for me to set my boundaries. It is okay to say no without an explanation. It is okay to not feel up for what other people want me to do, or people pleasing, and really just getting back in the center with God and letting God really give me that strength to keep fighting and keep moving, and including Him in my plans, and really surrendering all and everything to Him. It was right on time, okay? And He had us in Judges chapter 6, the story of Gideon. And I just felt like, in this season of my life, I am Gideon, where God is telling me, surrender my idols, because He's willing to give me the wins. He's willing to give us the wins, but our God being such a jealous God, he will not. He is not about to allow us to be winning off His face, yet giving our idols the glory, or even, idolizing the idolization of ourselves, as if we can do it all without Him, when that's not how that go, So with that being said, it was that word was an on-time word, and as long as I am off, I am going to do my best to make sure that I am in. Y'all, where I put my nose ring at? Oh, I see it. I would have cried if I lost that nose ring. But I'm gonna do my best to get into church service. One of the sisters that prayed for me, Sister Crystal. I don't remember if it's Crystal or Chrissy. It might be Christy. Anyways, she did a great prayer for me, and it's like, you know, me and God was right there in the midst, just really working through her in that prayer that she gave for me, because she touched on and used some of the same words that I have been using in my prayers and praying for me, praying that God just helped me in these areas of my life that I've been praying for. And it was just such a warm feeling to have, and I really needed that hug. I needed that cry that I gave out. Like, the cry, after that cry, I was ready for a nap. Okay, I was ready to eat my lunch and take me a good nap, and that's just what I did. I went and got me some tuna and crackers from Target, since I had me a Target gift card. I used my gift card to get that, and came home, ate my lunch, and dozed off for a good hour. Moral of the story is surrender to God. He will make it right. He will really show up and show out and show you just how good it can get. And this is only just the first step. I want to also I plan to also join them either Tuesday or Wednesday for their Bible study and their young people's ministry, because they have, from what I seen, they have a ministry for like us the younger generation. And I also want to see what that is about. I really want to start getting back into church. When I was a young girl, my mother and my grandmother really kept me in church, and my grandfather always told me, Naya, read your Bible, keep God first. And how far God has brought me, and to only imagine where he is taking me, I have to keep him first. I have to give him glory. So I am going to do my part and make sure that I show up for him how he constantly show up for me. With that being said, I hope that you all have a beautiful Sunday evening, and that you have a great start to your week. Today really blessed me, and I'm starting my week with great intention, and just truly trying to set all the intentions correctly to show God that I appreciate him in every which way, and I will not look left, I will not look right, but I will look straight ahead for whatever his plan is for my life. And I pray that you all have a safe, great, happy, amazing week. And even when those adversaries do come to you, just give it to God. Pray about it and give it to God. Let him know that you open up your mouth, and let him know that you're giving it to him. Flee the how do you say it? In so many words, ignore the devil and he will flee from you, okay? Don't give him dominion or any type of power. Don't give him nothing in this week. Even if it's just that one thing that all you can say is, God, I give it to you. I don't want to deal with it, God. You deal with it. I'm giving it to you. Even if that's all that you can say, baby, say that. And let the devil know that he don't have no power in your life. Please make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe. And turn your post notification bell on for when I do drop new videos. I love you all, and I thank you for watching. Have a good night.